What's going on YouTube? As you could tell by the title, my BlackJack Anaconda series is complete. I have the 1, 2, and now 3. So I got all 3 series, man. I'm fortunate to find this. Now this last one, I found on eBay in mint condition in the box still. Man, I'm freaking lucky now with this stuff. I love it. But in this one's, you'd be surprised. This Anaconda 3 is pretty damn rare. I mean, it's freaking rare. Very rarely I see that one on eBay at all. Much like used, abused, brand new. I haven't seen it at all, and I have it on my save search for about, I would say over a year and a half now. I've had it on my save search because I wanted to complete the series if I could find it. And if one finally popped up in mint condition, I lucked out, so I snagged it. I didn't spend too much, but I didn't get a super good deal either. I feel I got a fair deal. I feel I got a fair deal. And that's all the other anacondas, it was cheaper than those. So I'm happy with that. Not by much, but cheaper than those. So I see Anaconda 1 come up quite a bit, more than any of them. Anaconda 1 comes up all the time on eBay. Anaconda 2, not so much, very rare. And if they do come up, they're all beat up and used and scraped up and just, they're wanting way too much for an older user knife, but you're still getting a classic knife, But in mint condition, really rare. And then Anaconda 1, I see the most. I see that a lot. Mint condition, used, a lot come up. Anaconda 1, I guess they produced a lot of those. Anaconda 3, not so much. And that is the one, surprisingly, it is the one from China. So I thought they'd mass produce them, but I guess not. Or if they did, people didn't save them. They just used them and abused them and tossed them. And they seem like good knives from what I could see on other content creators posting stuff. They always have good feedback for them. They always say they kick ass. They work great, and from what I could tell, and then look at the forums. I was looking at forums on the websites about these, and people love them. So I don't know why they stopped making them. I don't know. This is 90s. Anaconda 1 and 2 were from the mid 80s, mid to late 80s, and this is late 90s was the Anaconda 3. So just awesome history, man. I had to complete the set if I could find it, and I finally did. I completed it, so I'm stoked. So let's bring out the box first. So this came with the box, so brand new in the box from that late or I should say late 90s. Yeah, and so I was stoked about that. I mean, you can't beat that. And then it just says here on this side, it just tells you about stropping. Your edge, keep it sharp by stropping it backwards on cardboard or leather. Restoration, if dull or nicked, the same way with wet or dry paper. Finish on cardboard. It works. So I guess a little tutorial on how to sharpen, but I don't know why you'd use cardboard or paper. I don't know why you just use a leather strop, but teach their own, that's what it says there. And this just says Knifeware, Greenville, West Virginia, and Anaconda 3. So let's get to it. Now, mind you, the other two, the 1 and 2 came in leather sheaths, and which are way nicer. So since this is made in China, I think this is where they try to saving on money. But for me, I don't give a shit. I just want to complete the series, and it's still a rare knife. It's still an awesome knife. The knife itself is badass, but they did throw in, instead of leather, a nylon sheath, which to me it's whatever. It's not flimsy. I mean, it's not a flimsy sheath. It doesn't bend. It has some sort of a liner inside, like a plastic liner. So, but it does have a little cheap Velcro. Doesn't have the buckle like the other two, or leather, thick leather, but it is what it is. That's the way it came. So it's still, it still holds its value because this is the sheath that came with the knife. So a lot of times you see these on eBay, they make some sheath, it's some cheaper sheath, or they're throwing some other vinyl sheath that didn't come with the knife. So this is the original sheath for the knife. So for me, that still adds to the value because you can't get this knife anymore. And it's really rare. Like I said, I cannot find the Anaconda 3 anywhere for sale, even on eBay, nothing, for years. It just finally, one came up mint condition in box, so I jumped on it. But let's take a look at this thing. Look, how beautiful is that? How freaking beautiful is that knife, dude? So you got the craton handles, or you say like rubber, hard, soft plastic, however you want to call it. Super nice texturing. You can see there. Still has that classic 3-hole punch design. You got you can see there the trademark there. It does say the little deck of cards, and then you got the type of metal, and then it's Anaconda 3. This side, it just has see it there, the West Virginia, Gives the labeling there. And this one here is made out of the 10CR17. Now I never had any knives, and I don't have any knives in that still, so I don't know. But from what I've seen online, is it holds up pretty well. You know, it's not too bad. You know, it holds up, great edge, and it's not a, you know, obviously when it comes to that, they used it. They had people that used it had no complaints about this knife at all. So, and as you can see, it is in absolutely mint condition, never been used. The edge is, if you go back and see some of my shorts, I do paper cutting videos and hair shaving videos, and this thing is absolutely a razor blade, and I love that polish. So I did bring out the Anaconda 1 to kind of show you guys the difference. So the Anaconda 1, so they're actually identical as far as the size. Looks like the guard is the same size. This blade's a little tiny bit thinner, but look at the polish they put on this Anaconda 3. I love that. It's like a mirror finish. This one's more of like a satin. This one's more of a polished mirror finish. But other than that, they're almost identical, as you can tell. So I think maybe the metal has something to do with too with the shine on this. I don't know, but I love that shine. But other than that, the handles are the same. As far as dimensions, they're exactly identical. But you can see there, it does say Anaconda 2, or I say Anaconda 1, I'm sorry, Anaconda 1 and Anaconda 3. And so I think that's all they came out with. You know, I mean, as far as the Anaconda series for BlackJack. So I did bring out the big boy just to show you that again, because I know people love this one. Here's the BlackJack Anaconda 2. So Anaconda 2 and Anaconda 3. And from the previous videos, if you've seen the Anaconda 1 and Anaconda 2, you pretty much seen the size comparison between 3 and 1, or I'm sorry, 3 and 2. But I just had to bring it out there, man. I freaking love it, dude. It's so badass. And piece of history, like I said, you know, more than anything else, you know, it's a little bit of nostalgia. These knives here I've seen when I was a kid growing up. I was born early 80s, and you know, seen late 80s as a kid, seeing the Anaconda 2 and the Anaconda 1. And then, you know, I did see this now and then too. And, you know, when you're young, you can't afford stuff like this. So, you know, now that I'm older and I can collect things like this, and I mean, all three are in mint condition. All three are in absolute mint condition. No, none of them have been used. All the edges are absolutely, and they're all razor blades. You can tell the quality even back then. I mean, I shouldn't say even back then. So back then, a lot of stuff was even better quality than now. So you can still tell the quality was on point with these freaking blades. Let's pick up Anaconda 1 back in. Anaconda 1, Anaconda 3. You can see it looks like the grinds are a little bit more polished, a little more smoother grinds, but they're both badass. I love it. I love it. Like I said, a piece of history. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. I'm so thankful. All three of them I got in mint condition with boxes, and all of them with the original sheaths. So these are going to hold value. Like I told you before, I'm a collector. So this is going to definitely go into the collection. And now that I got all three, and the series is just going to go up in value over the years. I'm so happy about that. I mean, it's just awesome. Freaking just badass, man. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to try to keep these pristine and see, you know, in a few years down the road, maybe, you know, 10, 15 years, if, I don't know, unless I pass these down, because these are a beautiful set to have. And I think they're going to get more and more harder to find as the years go by in this kind of condition, especially having all three series. I mean, all three as a series in a set. So we'll see. We'll see how the value holds up on these, and see what they appraise for in the future. I'm looking forward to that. It's just awesome. But yeah, so I want to touch base real quick too, as far as I had a few subscribers and also relatives and family ask me. They're like, "Hey, how come you don't do that many guns anymore?" And you know, I never see. Mind you, I have a really extensive gun collection as well. But you know, I don't want to get too much into political stuff, you know, like that. I'm not going to delve into that. But just to let you know, I just don't want to be, you know, put on the ATF list, or, you know, get flagged for anything stupid, something dumb that you know, recently they're banning stuff. They banned pistol braces and all this other stuff. They're just, so you never know what's legal and what's not legal anymore. And you're flashing stuff on here, and you get one jackass that reports you or says something's illegal on your channel, and then you're just, even if everything's legal, you're still now getting watched. And you know, I got my daughter now and stuff, so I just don't want to bring attention to me that's not needed. You know, it's not, you know, it's not like, I mean, all my stuff's legal, but at the same time, why bring attention to you? When knives are 100%, the state I'm in, knives are 100% legal, no matter what size or shape or form. They're all legal, you know, so I'd rather just show knives and be all within the law. So unfortunately, you probably won't be seeing too many gun reviews on here anymore because of that. I just want to, you know, I don't want to be the people in office now, you know, I'm gonna hold off on showing guns for a while. You know, I apologize for that. You know, I would love to show more firearms, but for right now, I'm just gonna hold off and see until a later date. So right now, it's gonna be strictly a knife, and I'm gonna have other things on here. You know, accessories, obviously, outdoors type stuff, and you know, just things like I showed in the past, like concealed carry jackets and just all different types of stuff. You know, I'm still gonna try to bring you stuff that's pretty cool, so you might be interested in, like taser flashlights and stuff like that. I've done on the channel before, so I'll probably bring more stuff like that. And just letting you guys know. All right, guys. Until next knife or whatever.